With a new year, it's time to talk trends and where I see design headed. To look ahead, I think you need to look behind and see what things are kind of transitioning out of design, and then there are always those classic things that we will never lose sight of. And I think for a while now, we have seen some of these things kind of slowly moving into the design world. And the great thing about interior trends is that they have a much longer lifespan than fashion trends. And so here are my top 7 trends for 2024. Number 1, the country club aesthetic. This is inspired by tennis style, 90s prep, cabana stripes, like the green on these outdoor sofas we designed, and translating that into interior spaces as well. Last year, I called Grandpa Country Club aesthetic as a trend, and we are still seeing that in warm, worn leathers, antiques, these moodier spaces, and kind of like blending that together. Think Princess Diana meets Ralph Lauren at the country club, and you'll be seeing a lot more of this style in our projects this year. 2, natural and luxe pairings. This is something that I've been doing for years and we continue to see, and that is stone materials mixed with, sleeker lines like steel windows. This could be applied to products as well, like textural jute rugs or mohair. It's that highly textured feeling, and then juxtapose that with something a little more sleek. 3, warm reds. This is a trend I'm really excited about for 2024 because it feels new and fresh. We've been seeing a lot of red in fashion, from the pop of the red sock or a red sweater, and I'm really excited to see this in interior spaces. I don't think that the reds will be as orangey or bright in interiors. I think that they'll lean a bit more burgundy or red with a brown undertone, but maybe we'll see that bright red. And I think furniture and textiles are a great way to experiment with this trend rather than wrapping your entire room in red. I am loving it in accent pieces. I have this burgundy velvet chair in my upstairs loft area. I have even a hint of red on one of the textiles in my living room. And we have this little side table, the Visby, and it has a red tone. And then you'll see even more products from us launching this year that incorporate that as well. I think that if you had asked me a few years ago how I felt about red in interiors, I would have been like, I don't know, but I'm loving the shift this year. Number 4, understated opulence. I love this trend because I think it just builds upon what you already have and then takes it to the next level. So we are not seeing as many simple, clean lines, that Scandinavian influence. It will always be there, but I think we're adding more to it with a bit more maximalism. Think fringe and hanging tapestry, all of these extras that bring that opulent feeling. I'm looking at more details and just kind of adding that extra to nearly every home that we design. Number 5, Italian-inspired pieces. I'm not talking, the faux Tuscan look of the 2000s or Olive Garden. I am talking true ironwork and marbles and beautiful luxe materials that are classical Italian influence. And we're seeing that in design, from product to actual finishes and spaces. And I'm loving the imperfect nature of the patina and the warmth and interest it adds to a space. 6, statement tile and flooring. And this is something that we are already doing, but we're seeing more of, and that is taking a classic tile and then laying it in an interesting way, whether that's with a wider grout, or turning the tiles in different directions, or adding a stripe, or creating a pattern with those tiles. We are going to see more and more of this in design. Number 7, maximum personality. I think we're done with that cool gray, no personality look, and we are seeing people be more open to infusing their own personality and aesthetic in their spaces, whether that's collecting antiques and vintage pieces that have a story, or not being afraid to push their creativity a little bit more to be unique. Bonus, I think people continuing to move away from open floor plans is something that we are seeing. I think that modern day living still calls for some connectivity and openness between spaces, but we are adding more architectural interest to create some separation between the large spaces in our home.